do this quietly. Call the November regular board meeting to order. The open meetings posters on the wall over here. Any announcements were posted at both schools on the website and in the Sydney Sun-Telegraph and various businesses around town. Roll call.
Mr. Banish.
Here.
Mr. Borges.
Here.
Mrs. Ernest. Here. Mr. Rushman.
Here.
Mr. Shoemaker.
Here.
Mr. Wiedemann.
Here.
Mr. McLaughlin.
Here.
Mr. Jones.
Here. Ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Kid? All right. We have some communications. All right. To whom it may concern, Sue Arndt was a huge positive contribution to my life choices. I was sorry to hear of her passing. She's greatly missed. May her legacy bless and continue to bless the Leyton Public Schools as you strive to cultivate lifelong learners who critically think to shape a better future. Sincerely, Rebecca Badge, aka Becky Cruz. And there was a $50 donation with that one. Leyton Public Schools, first I want to say thank you to the teachers and administration for trusting me and allowing me to be a part of your amazing schools and classrooms. Second, thank you to the students for showing me kindness and supplying me with so many wonderful memories. Sincerely, Courtney Bremer. And lastly, Leyton Public Schools, thank you for the $50 towards Mom's Memorial. You were also thoughtful. She so enjoyed working in the cafeteria. Visiting with the staff and students is probably what she loved most. Thank you and love much, Chris, Kelly, and Mike. That's from Janice Feinstein's family. Okay, ask for an approval of the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Chad and Sam. Roll call.
Mr. Banish.
Yes.
Mr. Borges.
Yes.
Mrs. Ernest.
Yes.
Mr. Rushman.
Yes.
Mr. Shoemaker.
Yes.
Mr. Wiedemann.
Yes. All right, hearings and persons to address the board. I don't think we have anybody that's addressing us other than what's listed here below. Special presentations to the board. State qualifying volleyball team to present on their season. Ladies, you're up.
I think it's just captains.
All of these things. All of them.
This is just about our season, right?
Yeah, it's about everything. Whatever you want to say.
First off, though, this is pretty incredible. 35-1 record. Probably the greatest record that's ever been.
We were
On a
screaming
volleyball
and
team.
crying on the TV. I couldn't get anybody to drive down there with me, so I'm just
That,
Jessica admire.
it was a crazy cool thing, the reverse sweep led into the second day and then the third day. It's absolutely amazing. It showed us a ton of amazing attributes throughout the season. We're just really proud of you guys and wanted you guys to talk with the school board about your experience this year with volleyball.
Obviously I just want to start off and say that I'm really proud of our very successful season. I thought that the state trip was really fun. Obviously being able to play in the Pinnacle and the Divan was really fun, and our food options and our hotels was nice. So that was good. I like that we had a nice hotel. I wanted to talk about the community and how everyone showed up. It was really special to me, and it hit home when everyone started singing the song after the championship game. So it was nice, and I really liked it.
Just talk about how we thought the season was?
Yeah.
It was really cool because in the beginning of the season we weren't really like, we're going to state, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We were just kind of playing at one game at a time. And it kind of sucks that it's my last playing with them. But I also do want to thank the community for being there, and the boys for always showing up and being loud, no matter the time, the theme or anything. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to point something out that I noticed at the district game, And if you like looked at their side, who did they? Humble? Yeah, their crowd was all like spread out and like they didn't really like look like they enjoyed each other's company. And all our crowd were like so close to each other. And I thought that was really cute because it really shows how much you guys like support us. And even at the beginning of the season, I just thought it was a regular volleyball season. And it started off slow and then we started to progress. And I'm just really proud of everybody and everything they did. So thank you.
You guys did so well representing Leyton.
Thank you.
We're very proud of you.
Yes. I do have a comment to make. I took a phone call yesterday from a lady that did not identify herself, but she made a comment about our girls and their sportsmanship in the championship game, applauding Shelton when they were announced as the champions, and she wanted to make sure that we knew that people saw that and saw their sportsmanship and appreciated that, because in her words, you don't see that very often these days, so.
I still
thought that
think
was
you
a
guys,
nice gesture.
I think you guys had more fun getting second though than their coach did. Did
Oh,
anybody see her?
she was, the only time she smiled was at the very last point.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it is so hard too, when you guys are traveling 5 hours. And, you know, most of the other teams that are there get to go home and spend the night in their bed. And you guys are in hotels and it's discombobulating and you're playing at 8 o'clock in the morning and it's, you know, you did a fantastic job.
I also would like to thank Callie definitely, because she popped out a baby. She basically and still showed up as her usual self, cheering loud. And I also want to thank Jed and Hanks for, you know, Jed doesn't really know what's happening on the court, but he's still cheering. And then Miss Hanks is just being herself, and then obviously my mom for being a great coach. Everything that for us. So.
I want to applaud you guys for doing warm-ups with Jed.
Nobody had a clue where those balls were going when he hit them. You guys did a really good job of getting those. I'm impressed. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for the memories.
This is only the third or fourth trophy that we have that looks like this in our whole setup. So hopefully we can get another one that matches it during basketball on both sides. That'd be great. And now for the state qualifying playoff football team. This is a fantastic group of boys that took on a huge challenge, learning a new game. I know a lot of you guys played six-man in middle school, but it's a heck of a lot different game when they go to the high school level. You guys only dropped 2 regular season games in a tough playoff game. We have a ton of hope for these guys in the next year, and we're gonna miss you, man. This guy gets a pick in his last game as a Warrior.
And it's a play we never ran. Jones drew up in the huddle in like 10 seconds. Isaac, just go here. He's like, what?
You can tell, and the announcers online, they said he goes from the 40 to the 41. I'm just joking. 39, 38, 37. No, you weren't going fast.
You stood there.
I'm just fucking funny.
He said he was survey, he caught it, and he stopped and he looked around.
You wanted to know where the
We're like, hey, these kids are faster than Alec. You don't have time to think. You just gotta run.
Well, if you guys wouldn't mind talking about your seasons and then just how you felt like the year went.
Get up, on up, boys.
Come on.
Everybody?
Yes.
You don't all have to talk. Please stand up there.
Well, it was an exciting year. You know, first year ever playing 6-man, it was exciting, and to make playoffs. I have high hopes for them next year, and it was a fun year. You're gonna miss them. Yeah, good luck. Jerry.
I guess I'm just proud more or less of, especially in our
playoff game, all the underclassmen that stepped up, Riley, Riley Christian, we had Riley and Christian, and Calvin was all, specifically Calvin stepping up, because he didn't play much of a game at all year, and he comes in championship game, and I don't think I saw him do a whole lot wrong. But,
Have you watched film since that game? I'm just messing with you, Cal.
But, yeah, I'm just proud of us. I mean, I think we have the most chemistry out of any team that like plays. We all, the amount of time that like even outside of school we all spend together, I think is what makes a team the way it is. And I think that was a key part of our success this year. So yeah. Great.
Thank you, guys.
I would also like to say, especially underclassman Cole, he performed really good this year. And, yeah, way to perform as a freshman.
Coaches?
It's your team. We just yell at you.
And as far as being a fan of these guys, I told during the pep rally, I told them they're just like the Harlem Globetrotters. You just don't know where the ball's going, what's going to happen. You would think it'd be a dead play, and then Alec would throw a 40-yard bomb to this Miller kid. And they were just a lot of fun to watch, and I think that it was the perfect setup for our boys this year. So, and then hopefully in the future we'll bring home one of those guys.
I do want to say one thing. That first touchdown we scored, we had a play where we played Sioux County and they have a great football player. His name's Jack Hunter. I can't remember who I told Jerry. But our play was, let's go Jack left or Jack right or Jack go. We go in, they're lined up in a way different formation. I'm like, what are we doing here? We go motion. That was great. Then I see we're running jet. It was jet motion. Go. It's not going to work. Alec throws it the other way. We score a touchdown. So, but it was Jack go, not jet. I planned on it scoring anyway. It was just the wrong play.
Maybe that needs to come to the coach's enunciation. Maybe. I'm not sure.
To Matt's
I
point,
thought I was clear, but
I say to Matt's point of not knowing where the ball is going to be or scoring, there's a lot of time. I think all three coaches were like, "Where did that come from?" That was not.
that was not the play.
You guys
Nice
improvising, picking up things on their own. It's huge.
Especially, yeah, that looking
Well, you guys were awesome, and it was fun to watch you guys play. I know all of the family members that came to the games were very excited as well, including this guy. So, yeah, I'm pleased as much that you guys were there, and you're good role models to the managers this year. So I thank you as a dad for that, and we'll go get them in basketball season too. Cool.
Basketball or wrestling?
Basketball and wrestling, one X taller. Students, you guys can be dismissed, so thank you so much for everything, for coming.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, guys. Be good, boys. I heard you got out of basketball conditioning for this too, huh? All 5 minutes of the meeting.
I think we're still doing something.
I think they're waiting. Good.
Good.
They have like prepared scripts, all topics.
Okay, we're gonna move on to reports. Student board members report.
Okay.
I wondered why you were staying.
Yeah.
Well, I had John Azella, so Johnny.
Thank you for having me. I'm Shauna Gamble, the Vice President of the Student Council, and I'm standing in for the Student Council President, Ella Haley, who's in Michigan on a college visit. For current events, we have held 4 official meetings since our last presentation to the school board. In October, we held a costume contest for the high school students. Nearly every student dressed up, and some were very creative. Stuco also participated in the elementary junior high trunk or treat. We decorated our vehicle like a pumpkin and handed out candy to all of the students. We also arrived in time to watch the traditional costume parade in the gym. We were unable to volunteer at the Community Shepherd's Food Pantry this month due to the volleyball district's final game. This month, we are organizing a thankful tree where students can write what they are thankful for on a leaf and tape it to the tree. We will make it next week and hang it in the multi until Thanksgiving. The treasurer's report as of October 31st, 2024, the Stuco checking account balance had $3,154.90. Our expenses this month were $65.10 for candy and car decorations for the trunk or treat. For fundraising, we are setting up our very successful fundraiser of selling strawberries after the first of the year, and we may look into other fundraising opportunities as well. For open issues, Stuco would like to focus on a school improvement project with the student body input and implement student incentives this year. We are working on a proposal for the incentives currently to present to Mr. Jones. We are also trying to plan winter formal and need to get approval on a few date requests from administration. Do you have any questions that I can take back?
If we could maybe prioritize the Fox Theater as an area to go, I think that'd be a cool thing.
We have talked about that and we're trying to get those, but when we went and talked to them, they told us that they were getting ready to shut down.
That's why I said it. I'm worried about the Fox Theater right now.
So in the last couple of weeks,
Shawnee, I just have one thing to say that doesn't have anything to do with Stuco, but I'm most impressed with a phone call that talks about our sportsmanship. And I wish you'd pass that along to your teammates and your coach. I'm impressed.
Does the Stuco do the giving tree around Christmas time?
That's NHS. So
Okay.
typically, like the NHS members have their own volunteer projects, and the Giving Tree's just been one that we've been doing.
Okay.
So
Along with the blood drive.
No blood drive, yeah. Okay.
You did a great job. She made a perfect speech before going off to state, and just talk a little bit about, can't wait to get overlooked one more time.
Yep. And you did it twice.
And you did. I just, that brought a tear to my eye. You did a great job.
Congrats on your first team all state
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Pretty dang cool. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And that was the coolest thing, singing the Leyton fight song in the hallway of the Vanny Center.
Yeah.
You
And
can,
the whole crowd just did it.
Yep.
So that was,
the boys were like, we should do it. And no one started, and then Angie Borgman and Lynn Lipska started it, so they would be the, we're just like, gotta get this going.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was amazing.
Cool moment.
Coolest ride I've had as a fan.
Yep.
And no doubt about that.
Thank you.
can I be
Thank you.
excused?
Mel used to sit there. Thank you, Shelley.
No,
Thank you. Board reports, safety.
We're gonna kind of piggyback off one another because we had a lot of people at this meeting. So we had kind of a alley cap insurance walkthrough / let's just go look at the buildings again. So we had Shad, you were here, Sam was here, and then Raul was here. So we just did a walkthrough with our alley cap insurance person. I'll present her findings at the next board meeting. But I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that process and kind of what we discussed as we walked through the buildings. First and foremost, I think that her job is to really focus on slips, trips, falls, and areas where it's like, hey, fix that. So if you're not here every single day, sometimes you miss stuff. So it was great to have her here and doing her walkthrough. As we went through, she was very complimentary about our buildings, as well as the areas of, hey, we asked you to do something, you did it better. So I imagine that her report this time will come back with things to do, but areas that, to highlight as, hey, we've done a great job in these areas.
Things to cross off the list.
Yeah, some stuff comes up, and you can't expect it all. We have a 5-year facility plan that probably needs to be updated more, but you don't think of a fire system going down, or a phone system trashing on you, or a boiler going out in the middle of the night. So we had like $100,000 worth of major ticket items in just a short time frame. So you can't predict those things, but the things that they've seen that we've been able to do, I think are highlight to us, just kind of focusing on being safe at all times. So Chad, you want anything that came up?
I don't think so. During the walkthrough, that she seemed pretty impressed with everything we've done, so.
One thing I would say is hats off to you two, because like the first, like, because that list she had, like, when we sat down here is where we said we'd like to see improvement. You guys were like, well, we've done this, this, and this. So as she read down, it showed that you guys are doing your jobs in the school, which it's good.
When we got down to the shop, there was
Oh, Jesus.
something going on and, oh man, we
The chicken
just
dance.
failed.
The kids
Yeah,
were-
we walked in, the kids
were
were
doing
doing.
the chicken dance or something.
What is going on?
Good timing.
Matt turns around, he's just smiling. Oh, hey, guys.
But that was what Sam just said was gonna be my basic whole report. And that's that list that Sam's talking about was, I thought they were very tough questions myself, and I'm like, uh-oh, these guys are boom, both of them.
They're just like, done this, done this,
So-
done this. Here's what we did to do this, not just did it, but
Yeah,
how we
man,
improved
it's all
it, so.
over this stuff, and I felt like, thank God, because
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys know
I
the ins
think
and
I can
outs,
go
so.
farm, and this place seems to be.
Yeah, it's tough with safety stuff, just because anything could happen any day. So we just want to be prepared as much as possible, but there's always going to be areas to improve safety-wise. So we'll just wait to see what she says. I know she'll comment on playground stuff, for sure, but that's okay, we've done something.
Yeah, like
We've already done something.
in Dalton, like, what was her biggest one though? I mean, it seemed like walking around, like, she was just like, oh wow. Because this was her first time here too, right?
Yeah.
So she was completely new eyes.
I think we've done enough at the Dalton facility where there's just kind of harder things to find.
You gotta nitpick a little bit.
What,
Yeah.
she wanted something posted at the door.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah,
And there is some.
Tornado
Tornado
drill.
it's not real clear where you're supposed to go on a tornado.
Where the tornado shelters
Yeah.
are and posted.
And just ensuring that you're doing your AED checks, as she left.
I don't think she loves that you can come in so far before you go to the
Yeah.
office without
Mhm.
somebody.
And we don't
actually
either, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know how that'd be remedied, but there's probably a way.
Yeah, I think there's an easy way to fix it.
Yeah.
It's just expensive.
Did she make a did she make a comment on the front of Gurley? All the glass and anything about safety wise? Is that a
No.
problem to her?
No. I mean, this building would be probably 10 times worse.
Really?
Every single room
Right.
has the same kind of setup, so it's all glass here too.
I think she was impressed with our fume dogs.
Everybody's,
Well, I mean, I'm impressed with our fume dogs.
everybody's.
But having the back door closed is.
Plus.
Oh, that's a
Well,
big.
it's just visibility in general in the shop is just greatly improved now with, I think we added 6 LED lights there, so it's like half of a gym's worth of lights that are in there now, so it's definitely bright.
Oh, you mean that the kids don't have to hold a flashlight in their mouth while they're running the table saw anymore? Like they used to when I was a kid?
Yeah.
We used to argue about who's gonna have to weld by the door, like when it was 0 degrees out in your shop. Nobody wanted to weld, but.
And, I mean, I think that it shows that there was probably 6 torches going on at the same time that when we were in there. And you could tell they were welding, but it wasn't like smoky
Yeah.
like it had been when there was just like one guy welding.
No, it was
I'm ex-
there.
I'm excited to see the fume dog when you guys get, from the plasma cam.
Yeah.
And get that outside. Nice setup, really nice for that too.
Yeah, we're real close. I think that generally speaking, that's been kind of a, how are we gonna secure this? Because it's 150 pounds and the framing above the windows is kind of like,
Not great.
what is the framing above those windows? So we're kind of still in thinking mode on that one.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's been pretty nice. Then at the elementary school, lots of good highlights. Yeah, she said that the dishwashing machine at the elementary school is something where you're constantly lifting, picking, bending, all of those different things. It is antiquated. And I mean, having washed dishes there before, it sucks. You know, it is hot and doesn't not seem like it's safe.
And I'm tall enough that my head hits the cupboard. You can't just go in and turn that on or anything. It's bam. It's just right there.
So, I mean, I know that there's gonna be some things where she says this and that, but overall, that was really pretty good. She talked with us about our safety modifier being very low, which is very good. She's like, you guys don't have any workman comp stuff, hardly any injuries, so we feel good. But there's just always areas to improve on safety, so we'll look at that report next month.
Hands off to Jake too,
Yeah.
because he sat in there and he knows every little intricate part of this building and could tell her anything and everything she wanted to know. So props to him also for helping out you guys.
When you see the boiler system that they're putting into, it is,
It's something.
Yeah.
it's a lot of copper.
Yeah.
And it is crazy looking. It's crazy looking. Yeah, but it's almost done.
Hot water again. Hot water is way nice.
Yeah.
And there's a holding tank, so I mean, it isn't like it's all
Yeah.
on demand.
Right.
I mean, we hold,
That's
that's pretty big.
250 gallon, eh? Is that
Yeah,
what they
we'll
said?
hold the, so essentially the first tank should tell the rest of the tanks when to fire up or if they need to. So it should be pretty amazing. I just hope they wired it in right. They were head scratching a lot down there. The first head scratching moment was like, well, we need 5 of these units. There's not space to put 5 of these units in.
Is it like the third hangover when they're breaking into that guy's house? Did you say gray wire? Oh, my bad, I'm colorblind.
They stole a rack from a different job. The group was on a different job, and they said, we need this, you need to order another one, and took it with them and put it in there.
Nice. So they've been a good,
Stack those up.
good group to hire then and work with.
I think Independent's a great
Yeah.
company.
Awesome.
Overall, just a great company.
Love to hear that.
They've been in business for a long time down there, so I think they do good stuff. All right. That's all I have for the safety and building and grounds. We'll talk more as the year goes on with building and grounds and more specifically the safety. I think we're doing some good stuff.
All right, with the Committee on American Civics.
Dave, you want to present on that one?
We pretty much talked about curriculum a little bit, and the elementary is looking at one for K through 4, K through 3, 1 through 5.
Five.
Yeah,
Is that what Megan said?
That was key 5, but like 4 does like Nebraska history, much of that, so.
And then junior high, high school pretty much left up to the teachers what they want to do. And that's pretty similar when I was teaching here in the high school. I didn't like a certain series for all of my classes. I like to pick and choose what textbooks and other materials I got. And I think Glenn does a pretty good job of going through and screening everything, especially in this age of social issues, I'd say. We had Veterans Day, was our big thing here. I attended it and it went over great. It was nice to see the elementary kids here watching it. And Tim Mountain did a good job, brought a speaker in. And the speaker only spoke for 12 minutes. I'm sure the kids enjoyed that. And that's about all I think we've really discussed. And then we went through all the state mandated dates that you have to talk about something about a certain person or a person date. That's usually left up to the teachers what they want to, so they can say on their curriculum thing that, yeah, we did this. This is what we did.
This is just a really important committee for us to go through and talk about what we do with the one subject that sometimes gets less attention than everything else. So we talked a little bit about the results of the naturalization test.
Yeah.
Shad, Ryan, can we talk about this?
I
You mentioned have kids.
So I am actually really looking forward to those results next year, because there won't be a COVID year involved in those two.
You guys weren't here for that, did you?
So
You just
that,
stayed and watched.
I'm on the committee.
oh,
For all of them.
essentially, everybody scored almost 100% on their.
Higher when they were eighth
national
graders than they were seniors.
It was COVID year.
Higher because they took it at home during COVID and could look at everything
So
else.
it has them do is eighth graders to seniors, just to see, and they all did worse than when they were eighth graders.
Caleb did not.
Oh, Caleb did.
Caleb did not. I don't think Jackson did
I don't
either.
think Jackson did either, but it wasn't much of an improvement.
Some of them had a drop off, yes.
And I think some of those things are, you know, they're gonna happen if you don't focus on a lot, but I mean, I think it's.
I'm just impressed, those kids all used the resources available to them at the time of that test, so.
Has anybody actually looked at that test or taken it?
You're
Yeah.
supposed to send it to me.
It's not
I
easy.
never get
It's,
it.
it's got harder questions than you think.
And
Yeah.
I think it's cool that he does that, so our kids see what it actually takes to become a citizen and how hard they work to become a citizen legally. I think it's a phenomenal thing he
I
does.
think it's great. And that was the best choice we could have made for a direction to go with that when we were choosing. So I agree.
You always say if they fail, he always tells them you're getting deported.
Yeah, do a quick DNA test and send it back to wherever you came from. But yeah, ultimately, we just want to follow the letter of the law for that one. Meet twice a year, discuss exactly what's on the stuff so we can stay compliant with the American civics. And I think our teachers did a great job, and Dave's a great leader for that, so we really appreciate it.
And the teachers do a great job of researching new things.
Megan, yeah, I think she's phenomenal there too.
Anything else? Go to the principal's report.
Okay, Mrs. Wolf took students, mainly juniors and seniors, to UNC in Greeley for a college tour on the 14th of October. The Lions Club conducted health screenings on the 16th of October. High school volleyball team won the MAC tournament on the 19th. Congratulations to their players and coaches. The NHS held their blood drive on the 23rd of October. Thanks to Mr. Oakes and the NHS members for putting that on. Mr. McLaughlin took students to Bayard to take the ACT test on the 26th of October. Nebraska Wesleyan was here on the 28th for an assembly for our 9-12 students. We hosted volleyball sub-districts on the 28th and 29th. Our team obviously won that tournament. The elementary did their trunk or treat on the 31st. There were 21 people that sponsored a trunk. Thank you for all the trunks, and to Heidi Rushman and Wes Fessmeyer for their organization of the event. High school football hosted a playoff game on November 1st. Congrats to the players and coaches on a good season. District volleyball final was at Kearney Catholic on November 2nd. And our girls won that and qualified. Again, our team competed in the state tournament, finished runner-up, record of 35-1. The Veterans Day program was held on the 11th. Thank you to the Sons of the American Legion, Tim Melton, and our high school choir and band for their efforts during the program. And then the sophomores attended career cabs in Sydney today. Let's get some exposure to some different careers involved.
What are those ACT scores?
They are back. She should be able to see them now. She has to go on her portal and see them, but I can see them, so I know they've posted to the students too. So
Usually takes 2 weeks, but it came back about a week and a half.
I asked the one that I know that took it, and she will talk to me about it.
Well, that just give you exposure the first time.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's just a good opportunity for them to take one.
And to my general looking at the scores, most of the kids went down a little bit from the one they took in April. Could be it was an early morning, could be it's first part of the year, could be
It's also
whatever.
a time of year where a lot of seniors are taking it, so you're probably gonna get last ditch attempts at, and then maybe December might be if they took it again, they might score higher, but it's that group that they take it with.
Yeah, it's just, it's a moment in time too, so.
When did the kids take those plastic stuff? Is that in October too?
I thought that was on the last.
Well, I couldn't
think it was at the.
September.
I think it was either the end of September or very first part of October, but I vaguely remember reporting on it last month.
I couldn't
So this month flew by. With the closing of fall activities, there was just never a dull moment. You kind of feel that at the school level when we have success with our activities, and it was like a madhouse. Staff put on an amazing truck or treat. Thank you to those guys for that. We're also working really hard on the concept of MTSS. Basically, we're trying to answer the question of, hey, what do we do if they don't get it? Or what do we do when they already get it, then what? So our teachers have begun setting aside time during the day for interventions with kids who need extra support, and that's part of our MTSS plan, or the what do we do when they're not getting it moments. So MTSS is something that we're just desperately trying to make perfect at the elementary school, but it takes some time to get there, and we're definitely moving in the right direction. Evaluations will get started. Our ACT plan went off without a hitch. We had over 20 kids complete the ACT. They ate 10 pizzas, so that was insane.
Half a pizza per kid, geez.
Yeah, it was unbelievable how. But yeah, Cindy at the Tiger Paws, I want to thank her for giving us a deal on the pizza. She's always been really kind to work with, especially when it comes to school-related functions. So they cut us a deal for pizzas. But part of that initiative is the chart and challenge. I know we're gonna have new names going up on that list, and that's gonna be a welcome sight for our kids to say, hey, I can get there too. And we want our kids to eventually come back and tell their kids, hey, that's me right there. You should be up there with me, and work hard. Just another way to celebrate their academic accomplishments. And I think we're setting the bar high with those numbers. It's hard to get on the board, and I know that we have people that are striving to get on that board, and it's going to be awesome when they get there. So I think we're also adding 4 different names to that board. And one kid, we probably would add it into the gold board, but he refused to take it another time. That's okay.
I have heard a lot of compliments though from people that really like that. So thank you guys for starting that, because it looks great.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a neat look. Wish we didn't have to get 2 of them, but it was their fault, so jerks. All right, so anyways, besides that, we're gonna go to the Midwinter Conference this year. Just hopefully we can collectively select trains that better work towards our strategic plan and holding us more accountable as a staff. So if there's trainings that are on early childhood, we want our early childhood people to go to those and not go to the how to have fun in PE lessons. So the Midwinter Conference, we want to be strategic about which items that we want to set up.
Is it in Scottsbluff?
Yeah, it's in Scottsbluff, and I think there's satellite campuses in Shattern and things that will do all the Scottsbluff ones. So far, I mean, they're highly recruiting me to go to the early childhood stuff. And kind of sick and tired of going to early childhood stuff, but I'll probably go. But that's kind of the same thing for everybody. Just you go to the areas where your passions are at, and it can help us move forward as a district. Kids and staff, they're just working hard to deliver warm meals, fruits and vegetables, serve our preschool kids. The most recent safety walkthrough went really well. Just might be starting to think about dishwashing at the elementary school. It's an old machine, might be something I highly consider changing, just because of bending, lifting, and all those different things that go with it, / the boiling hot water that you're working with. But it's just a machine, so take that out how you will. It's been there since the beginning of time. School was awarded a grant from the Sydney and Greater Area Fund for over $2,000 to go towards the purchase and installation of a new playground for the K-5 students. As you know, that's just been on the safety considerations from the Building and Grounds Committee and our Rule 10 visit. Take stuff, get it out of here. It'll come up. What are you laughing about?
I'm just rereading your notes.
I had to do something silly.
No, it's just, they're good notes.
Oh.
You do great notes.
Group of staff has expressed interest in selecting playground equipment that fits our school and can help us continue to sell that district to our families. I don't know if you're like me, but I pull up to the elementary school every day. That new stuff looks pretty cool. It's kind of a nice way for our families to come in and see something that the kids are excited to play on. Under board governance and policies, state education conference is right around the corner, and a lot of you guys are going to go down to it. So thank you so much for going. I promise I'll get down there next year for that. But I'm hearing that it's going to be a really great conference. So make sure that you have fun while you're there, because I think it's going to be awesome. I think, who was it that, I think I told you, one of the companies has requested your guys' presence at their polka party. So I'll have to look back through
That
it.
sounds like a crazy time.
It was National Insurance, I think, National Insurance Company.
Not be fun.
Polka party.
They said they're gonna have a big old polka party, I think it's Thursday night or something like that. So if you go,
Polka, dancing.
check out the polka.
Chicken
party.
dance?
It is hilarious.
We know poker.
So there'll probably be poker too, I mean, that's half the reason we have the playground equipment that we have is 'cause I played poker with the lady a couple times and she's amazing. And so the auditor's report is now available. And they'll come to the school next month to present. So far, everything looked really, really good as far as the audit went, and we thought that Rauner Associates did a great job. So we'll pay them accordingly this month.
And I gave everybody a copy of the audit.
Thank you.
Just bring it back next month.
Review.
Under communications and community relations, Veterans Day was held on Monday. Just always good for our kids to honor our veterans. It's good to have our little kids there to see those who served our country. Tim does a great job with putting it all on so that the school doesn't have to do all the work, and I just appreciate that about Tim. He's a really good guy, and he looks out for the veterans, and he's proud of his service. And I'm pleased as punch that he let Matthew Schwader go to the boys' state and Lila go to the girls' state, because they presented to the school, and hopefully they'll motivate next year's juniors to get up and go, be a leader. So your strategic plan this month has been on the topic of communication. Specific items that we're working on include making sure that our newsletter is sent out before the end of the month, so all members of the community can plan ahead. Establishing a class page to highlight what's been accomplished in specific grades and classes. So basically what we want to do is make sure that we assign a couple of, hey, this is what we did this month in first grade. So that our community members can say, hey, look, they're doing some cool stuff in that first grade classroom. And our thought was, we don't have to do first, second, third, just break it up and just give each class a month and let them show off some of the things that they do. What else we talked about? Just continue to focus on that Facebook to tell our story. We did a great job with our communication during the state tournaments in all of those different areas, pointing our fans in the right direction. We set in the sub-district championship game versus Garden County, and it was hilarious. I was sitting next to a Garden County fan who was absolutely obnoxious. But I was hearing from it from all over the state. So people from Baird were texting me, people from Lincoln were texting me. My dad from Virginia was like, who the heck is that lady? So there's people that are watching, and it's a good opportunity for us to tell our story through that huddle. And people are watching. They were really excited for it. So communication is good. I want to thank Mr. Gamble and Mrs. Hopp for their commitment to their work with communicating throughout the trip to state. Keeping our families informed at all times is just really important, and they take it very seriously. I also enlisted the help of some of our Facebook professionals in our community, because we have a few. And there's a couple of really good people on Facebook that sometimes it might seem bad, but it's also kind of a blessing. Like if they see something that's wrong, at least they say something about it. And I think that we've had a couple of members of our community that have just been open and honest with us and just blasted it out there. I'd like for them to call me first, but it's okay. So I think eliciting some help from those folks to clear up communication is just something that we're not afraid to do. And part of the issue with communication is you're not going to reach everybody. One time Joe Reekin told me, he said, where's the best place for me to look? I don't go to Facebook and I'm hardly on the website. Where's the best place for me to look? And I was like, what about the newsletter? And he's like, yeah, sometimes I miss that too. So it's hard to communicate with all people effectively, but if we can get a few of them to give us more advice on how to get them, I'm willing to do that and step out on the ledge and ask for help. As far as ethical leadership, I didn't have anything in there, just trying to keep being ethical. And then that attaches my lead block.
Do you know what our huddle fee is a year? On top of your
It was a
head?
3-year fee for $18,500.
So,
And we paid for that with ESSER funds, but that was last year. So we're on the second year of it, so we don't have any.
good
fees
for one
this
way
year.
after this. That's something I would like to keep paying for, personally.
Yep.
If you look at schools around us, they charge $12 a game. And I tried to order a couple of them, and it didn't work. And then I paid for it. And so and I know, Allison had a Facebook post, and she talked about people from Virginia, California, Oregon, Washington being able to watch Ella play this year. That's phenomenal. So I don't know what that would cost you, but I'd like to keep providing that going forward to our.
How much?
It was $18,500 for
3 years.
18.
But that was
But that was all this.
all the setup and
Every
everything.
camera,
Yeah, it's.
Subscription fees are probably, I don't know,
2 to 3 probably a year, I'm guessing.
Something like that.
I mean, it's nice if your
But then,
kid's playing and you're sick at home, you can still watch the game.
and not only can you use it for people to watch it outside, but it's a very valuable tool to the coaches. Because like you send them that film, they will break down, so like in basketball, they will break down rebound, stat, assist, turnovers, all of that.
break
It's a
up plays
huge
for
time
you.
saver.
It's really cool.
That's
We have
cool.
it on our app, on
Yeah.
the phone.
Yeah.
And we're watching
I got
the
it.
corn harvest.
I got it at home on the smart TV, and I
Yeah.
can pick any high school game pretty much across the state.
I really
Besides
appreciate it
you.
when I'm at work to be able to watch the game, so.
But that setup is one and done, so.
Yeah, it's just this, yeah.
And I think it tracks really well in our gym. Like, I don't know what Garden County's using, but theirs is wonky. It's tough.
They're all
It just switches randomly in there, so I don't know, I think we got a better setup. I think they had more views or something.
Yeah.
2 views that it switches to, it's just confusing. Ours is nice.
Mr. Gamble and Mrs. Hop did do an amazing job communicating with parents and people in Lincoln, so kudos to them, I
Yeah.
agree.
And, you know, I didn't, Natasha didn't get a chance to talk tonight, but she was very happy with your guys' support of their program and allowing them to get up there and stay where they stayed. I mean, I dropped off some stuff with Lila and it was, I mean, it's next door.
Yeah, it was next door to Pinnacle, so,
Oh,
absolutely.
So, yeah, very, very cool.
All right, anything else, sir?
That's it.
Okay. We will move on to the regular agenda. We do not need to excuse any board members. We'll move on to special recognition.
Volleyball team.
Volleyball team.
Football team.
Football team. As you said in here, Mr. Gamble and Mrs. Hop, all the coaches, you guys did a phenomenal job with those kids
And
this
we
year.
had all-state tournament,
Yes.
first team,
2 of them. 2 of them.
2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah, Zaylee and Shani is special.
And I'd like to recognize our boys cheer squad,
They're awesome.
because they're obnoxious.
Yeah, a little bit.
But they are great.
They are.
And they showed up in Lincoln to do the same thing.
We did. We got 4th place for sportsmanship, but we brought half our day to school there.
So,
You couldn't-
they were there for every game, so I just like,
And the community, the community needs to be recognized. It was amazing to see the people down there, so.
Especially the final day, there's people there that I haven't seen at a game in years. And in there, it was awesome to see. I tried. You're good. Everybody had to work.
Anybody else we want to add?
Joan, you guys know of anybody? Ms. McLaughlin?
No, I think it's perfect. We made the motion that one.
Nobody yet?
There was a bunch of them.
So we just list
I'll
them.
make the motion to recognize the people that we've talked about, because I can't remember them all.
I'll second
Roll call.
Mr. Deitch,
Yes.
Mr. Borges?
Yes.
Mrs. Ernest?
Yes.
Mr. Rushman? Mr. Shoemaker?
Yes.
Mr. Wiedemann?
Yes.
All right, review, consider, and take action regarding minutes of the regular board meeting on October 14th, the tax request meeting on October 11th, and the special meeting on October 30th.
I didn't see anything wrong. I make a motion to move the minutes as presented.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Borges?
Yes.
Mrs. Ernest?
Yes.
Mr. Rushman?
Yes.
Mr. Shoemaker?
Yes.
Mr. Wiedemann?
Yes.
Mr. Benish?
Yes.
Review, consider, and take action regarding the claims, warrants, and transfers.
Can I ask a funny question?
Yeah.
What did we spend $64 at Utah State for on curriculum?
I saw that too.
No, it
It
just,
was for ag classroom.
okay. I just thought it was funny that we bought curriculum from Utah State
Yeah.
for $64. I was like, what
I
is
saw that
this?
too, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
what was the other one that would, I kinda like,
I don't know.
rad now or something like that, radiation now or something?
That was this month.
Oh, it was
Bio
last.
rad.
you.
That's how you sneeze?
You're good.
Kind of scared me a little bit.
That scared me.
I thought my daughter was here.
I did
I've
have
never
time
heard
to
of
make the comments today, I just got emailed today,
Is that what these
so I
are?
printed
Okay.
Okay.
a sheet, those are two additional ones. I
It
think
is-
with Veterans Day,
It seems like every month we're waiting on these ones very
I know.
last.
Did we have a bunch of things that got worked on in the past month? In Gurley?
Yeah.
At Gurley Diesel?
Yep.
We have a bunch of vehicles, buses. or-
It was mostly for an exhaust system, it looks like,
on the
Okay.
one
to the
bus.
Jake's bus.
Yeah.
Jake's bus, and then
I'd like to thank Janella because I sat in that room and did the checks and I think I called her in there about 40 times. So she puts up with me and
Yeah.
And I love how you're doing the bills.
Okay.
Now it makes it so much easier and simpler for me.
Okay.
Easy to follow.
And then you can go look and find what you need, so I appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
One area that Heidi and I wanted to talk about was we did order a couple different tables for outside, so I think you'll see that one on the credit card.
furniture.
It's on Uline.
It's on Uline, and Uline is, I mean, the tables were just bad, and we have people that want to use them, so and we'll have science class outside. It's a good place for kids to do it, or teachers to eat outside, or students to eat outside.
There's
So
rust on the old ones.
yeah,
They're not safe.
they're gross.
Yeah.
And it was just a little higher this month. We
Just
had
a little iron.
the audits in there
Just a
too.
little.
so
Yeah.
That's a
That's
big
12.
I
one.
mean, they were warrior colors and rust and.
Right. Safety didn't see it, did it?
No, we took her to the playground door.
Very smart.
No, it was I mean, if you see him, we did some work with some paint out there. So our paint guy painted the entryway, and it just looks great. And once we get rid of those tables and you get the new tables in, it should be a pretty nice, welcoming spot. So
Awesome. Well, I make the motion to approve the claims, warrants, and transfers for this month.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Ernest?
Yes.
Mr. Rushman?
Yes.
Mr. Shoemaker?
Yes.
Mr. Wiedemann?
Yes.
Mr. Benish?
Yes.
Mr. Borges?
Yes. All right. Review, consider, and take action regarding staff resignation of Amy Thacker.
First of all, I would like to say, at the meeting the last time, when I offered my house, I thought everybody knew my brother-in-law lives with us and my daughter is living with us. We have one more room. And so I was trying to maybe lighten the,
No, I
Lighten the mood a
totally,
little bit.
I totally got it.
okay. I just,
Completely
because
understand.
we're living in a Brady Bunch house right now and.
No, I totally
You
understand.
know, okay.
I won't put my house on the market yet. Everybody's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'm like, well, I've gotta live there until the 20th of December, so,
Yeah.
we can't sell it beforehand because I gotta have a place to live. So, yeah, this has been an experience I just,
But you're welcome at my house.
okay.
Okay.
But I also have, 2 dogs and
That's all
2
right.
cats and
More
a
than-
child and.
Yeah, that's all right. I would like to move to release you of your contract to approve your resignation. Because as far as I'm been told and on the agenda that we do have someone that we'll be able to hire and replace. So,
Second.
Motion in a second.
Since that one's second, we do presumptually have a teacher hire, right?
Okay.
That's it. I'm just
Yep.
making sure everything's kind of
Yeah.
going good.
Yep.
yeah.
I seen that, I just make sure we're.
Okay.
Let's say, dang it, Raw, I wish you would have called me. He caught a, putting the cart before the horse on agenda items one time before, so I probably put the cart before the horse on this one.
Actually, I don't think you did.
Oh, okay.
No. Okay. That's, I was just confused on how that was being, so.
Yeah, we can't.
So,
We're good.
all right, we have a motion and a second to approve the resignation of Amy Thacker. Roll call.
With regret.
With regret. Okay.
Mr. Rushman?
Yes.
Mr. Shoemaker?
Yes.
Mr. Wiedemann?
Yes.
Mr. Benish?
Yes.
Mr. Borges?
Yes,
Mrs. Ernest?
Yes,
and thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
working
so
with
much.
Everything
us.
you have done for us.
we greatly appreciate
We didn't
your
enjoy
service
last
to our
meeting
school.
either.
No.
No,
So, and one thing I will say too is I really appreciate you coming in and talking to us.
yes.
Because we've never, even if it was at the end of the year, we've never had a teacher come in, so I do appreciate that more than you know.
Yes.
Thank you and good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, best of luck, absolutely.
Thank you.
And really, if you need room. My dogs won't like the cats, but, you know, we can keep them inside, so.
Yeah, my dogs look cats, so
Okay,
they're good there.
All right.
Thank you.
all right,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Review, consider, and take action regarding the hiring of Sydney Nine as the first grade teacher.
Sydney 9 is currently, she'll be a graduate of UNK. She was a standout athlete for the Bulldogs down the road, great student. Her mom used to teach her.
Her mother used to teach
Yeah,
her.
her mom used to teach her, which is
Yeah.
cool. And her mom's actually at her last board meeting, which is.
Yeah,
Oh, that was her mom doing the.
Yeah, so that's her mom. So yeah, she's a great kid. I've kind of known her informally for a long time. Very, very nice. As we did our interview, a couple of different things stood out to us as a team. The first thing that stood out to us as a team was her student teaching experience has been pretty phenomenal. She's working with one of the best there is. She's working with Jill in the 5th grade classroom. So she's learning from a master teacher. And that was really awesome. She also has some backup from her mom. She needs help. She's also willing to learn. She said, I usually work with older kids, but I could do this. She's going to give us some time before so Amy can kind of run her through the curriculum, and our Megan can work with her on strategies to use to learn and kind of catch up on the fly. So we're going to have her about 10 days before the end of this semester.
Will that be like an hourly based pay?
It'll be a sub day.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll hire her basically as a sub. So we're kind of double dipping, but for me and those first grade kids, I think they.
I bet their parents would agree with you.
I just want this to be a smooth transition.
Yeah.
And I think it will be. The more experience we can get her beforehand, the better.
Yeah.
The kids will get to know her.
I know this is not gonna be easy for her to pick up in the middle of a year.
No.
And I understand that, so.
And she stated that her student teaching
So that's
experience
amazing.
was done on the 6th, so that would give her essentially 2 weeks to the end of the semester to be able to come in.
One thing that I think that we're she's a young girl.
From 20 minutes away.
Yeah, we told her, this is, you're helping us out in this situation. If we get you for next year, we'd love to have you. But right now, we're looking to fill it for this semester. And she was, very excited about this as a possibility, as a job. And at the end of the interview, I was just like, we would hire you. And then I made her shoot a 3-pointer.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you guys for staying on top of it too, right
Yes.
away, and making sure that our kids have something.
It really fell into our lap, honestly. So,
However,
That's
we're
okay.
sealing the deal.
yeah.
I would make a motion to hire Sydney Nine as the first grade teacher.
I'll second that.
Any other comment? Roll call.
Mr. Shoemaker?
Yes.
Mr. Wiedemann?
Yes.
Mr. Benish?
Yes.
Mr. Fortes?
Yes.
Mrs. Ernest?
Yes.
Mr. Brushman?
Yes.
All right. Item number 7, review, consider and take action regarding the resignation of Riley Bloomingcamp as the special education teacher.
Here you have attached Mrs. Bloomcamp's resignation letter. She's planning on leaving that semester. Some family issues have come up where she cannot continue working as a teacher for us. I don't have a ton more to say on that one. Charles, if you...
Yeah.
This is our special education teacher. It's, clearly a difficult position to fill.
I would like to move that we go into executive session
I'll second
for a
that.
personnel matter.
Well, this will be fun, Janelle, because I don't know how to use the camera.
She
I
showed
think
me.
so, we need
Okay.
a vote, yes.
Sam, you second that, right?
I did, sorry.
Roll call.
Mr. Wiedemann?
Yes.
Mr. Benish?
Yes.
Mr. Fortes?
Yes.
Mrs. Ernest?
Yes.
Mr. Rushman?
Yes.
Mr. Shoemaker?
Yes.
And
501.
501? Okay, and then let me see.
I think she showed me, but if I remember, I couldn't tell. And then there was something with volume, right?
thing just breaks all the time. It doesn't matter what it is.
This computer hasn't worked yet.
What?
No, I lost my cursor in the first minute.
I got.
Oh, you even got a sad
I
face.
got a sad face.
I've never had that on the camera.
There is a problem.
Okay, we are
Hey,
on.
mine's lasting all the way.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay.
I came into work the other day. And Jake
I even got it,
was
Janella.
looking at
I
the
heard you.
CB radio.
I saw.
I was hoping, I was like, I hope she's out there just second.
Okay, we have a motion by Shad and a second by Dave to come out of executive session at 5:10. Roll call.
Mr. Benish?
Yes.
Mr. Borges?
Yes.
Mrs. Ernest?
Yes.
Mr. Rushman?
Yes.
Mr. Shoemaker?
Yes.
Mr. Weedman?
Yes.
We're still under item 5.7, review, consider and take action regarding the resignation of Bradley Bloom campus special education teacher.
You want to make the motion, Sam?
I would make the motion to not accept the resignation of Riley Bloom campus special education teacher.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Mr. Borges?
Yes.
Mrs. Ernest?
Yes.
Mr. Rushman?
Yes.
Mr. Shoemaker?
Yes.
Mr. Weedman?
Yes.
Mr. Benish?
Yes.
Item number 8, review and consider to take action regarding painting the locker rooms at the Greeley site in the amount of $5,300.
This just goes over my limit to do. This is typically an area where, you know, we didn't finish the gym job. Hallways in the locker rooms were an area that we were looking at as some place to improve on. Girls' locker room probably meet and talk about new carpeting in that place. So there's just some upgrades we'd like to see done and to kind of finish the job at the elementary with the locker rooms, hallways, and bathrooms that are located back there. So this is a quote from Mike the painter.
Does
No,
anybody
that's
have,
not Mike the Painter.
does anybody have questions on the quote? Because Monday, I think it was Monday or Tuesday when I was eating, or it was Monday, yeah. We were eating supper, Mike came over and knocked on my door to explain the quote and what everything meant. So,
You did?
yeah, because he wasn't sure if we understood what the stand-up locker partitions were. So if you have any questions.
There's just a lot to the job, like the partitions are like where the football players put their pads and where your gear kind of goes. It's just a complicated paint job.
Doesn't it, I mean, painted the whole gym for what, 7,800? Seems like a lot. And it's 2 locker.
It
Probably a
does,
lot of
but there's
cutting
so
in and
much
it's-
brushwork with this,
yeah.
that's the worst part.
You can't excuse a roller.
Right.
Yeah.
When does this gonna happen?
I think we could probably start as soon as possible, get going on it.
We're gonna-
This winter,
We're gonna have kids in and out of there for basketball.
yeah.
That's why I didn't.
Christmas?
No.
He could probably do Christmas time as well. He says pretty flexible with
Okay.
it being an inside job. Now I completely, just so you guys know, he's really good at what he does. You've seen it. And
He does a good job.
I'd like us to continue using him. I don't foresee us, I just don't think our custodians can do the type of work
Well,
that he
I
does.
was gonna ask you if this was something that they could do over the summer.
No, we could do it over the summer, it's just, this is the window of time for inside jobs for painters that makes sense
Yeah,
for
You
that.
stop maybe they're bored in the summertime. They wanna do some paint.
I
It's a
actually,
lot.
personally, I still have buyer's remorse over the school bus. And unless it's a matter of safety or operation, I feel like saving money for quite some time. And I feel like if we can show where we save money on something, then we can also spend said money. But I think we better watch it. And I would like to see how the budget comes out sometime, because it used to be a budget overrun, went to our savings, and that's how we built up our general fund. And so, there again, safety and operation is different. Even though it's only 5,300, but I think if you add enough of those together, you can knock a penny off the levy.
And is there, too, like kind of with that, is there areas like you see needing some more paint or redone? Like visual areas that people see besides just our junior high kids?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that
The
it's not
entire
important.
exterior of the elementary school and high school are showing a lot of chippiness. For some reason, they decided to paint over galvanized steel, which is tough to just keep.
Mhm.
And it's around the whole perimeter of this building. So those are areas where I think that you're not gonna notice a huge difference. There's some exterior stuff on the walls back here, kind of where the multi-purpose room wraps around. So those areas, we have this little bit out here that's kind of like that thing. I think it's kind of rusting away. We're looking for those things. Just paint till you're blue in the face.
Right, and that, my thought on that was, could we spend, like, if you were to spend it, do we have other places that mean more to the community or first sight than
In the, inside the locker room.
in the junior? I'm not saying junior high sports aren't important, but.
This seems like a project that would be really good for some kids. Sorry, I don't know if a kid needs a Boy Scout project or something like that.
What year was
I mean,
that?
it was-
We hired a bunch of kids, they did the locker rooms and the hallways, I forgot.
That was Nick Sanders and.
I think I was a freshman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
been a
So we can get a grant from the student council.
Yeah, we try to bite into playground stuff with some grants. Still more work to do.
I don't even want to hear that cost.
I'm gonna just venture to guess somewhere like 100,000 or more.
how much of that in grants are you working for?
I got 2,000 so far.
That's the one that you talked about.
Yeah.
It's all right.
But we're gonna meet with Schooler.
I'm proud of you for that.
We're gonna bust our butts to try to do that. And we're also trying our best to continue making sure our option enrollment numbers are appropriate. So that, I think that kind of bites into some of those tickets. But
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm glad that you care about the paint in the locker rooms. I mean, you get opposing teams coming to the school, and if it looks like a dump, I mean, so, but I'm just glad you care.
Yeah.
I really am. Like I say, I'm still going, oh, man.
$89,000.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
So,
And
see how we come
and
out.
some of that too,
It's coming from Tulsa, so
is it on its way?
you know what? I think it's on its way.
When did they cut the check on Wednesday?
Oh yeah, they picked up the check, so yeah, it's
That's your word, shit.
Here's my biggest concern with approving something like this right now is next week, what's gonna happen? We've lost a boiler, we've lost a phone system, we've lost a fire system.
This is more of a want than a need.
Yes, that is my biggest concern right now. Yes, it's only $5,300, but that goes a long ways towards a $20,000 phone system.
That's the rest of the paragraph of my concern.
So I think we should just wait with this and see where we end up towards the end of the year.
Yeah,
And then-
see how the
Get it done
looks later.
Yep.
You guys,
if it would have came through at 4,800, I think I probably would have went to the board on it anyways.
Well, I appreciate that.
I mean,
I was-
those locker rooms will last till summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will.
this isn't make or break for you two, right? It's.
But they're a dump.
Yeah, yeah, and they have been for a long time.
Yeah, but they are a dump.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah. No. But we can be
I don't-
strategic about it.
I don't mind
I agree.
moving the table. I don't mind.
I don't want to table it because it'll go to next month. So
I know, I don't want
No
to table it
action
to
on
May.
Yeah.
You can't do that?
we'll just
Yeah.
let's just bring it back later in the year. Like
Yeah, we don't have to even act on it.
No.
Move on.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for bringing it forward, though. All right, item number 9, discuss staff appreciation gifts for December.
About this time, we're looking at, just talking with our staff and, well, just forward thinking about what we'd like to do as an appreciation item. 2 years ago, we did gift cards to the local businesses, which was a hit. Last year, we did jackets, just wanted to know kind of what you guys were thinking, or if you guys were thinking about staff appreciation gifts for December.
Well, we usually do it and keep it about $40, 40, 45, something like
The
that.
gift cards we've done every year, the
Yeah.
jackets were in the spring.
Oh, okay, that was
Those
just
are-
appreciation.
I'd make the, is that,
I
I'd
don't
like
have
to,
to do a motion, it's just.
I'd like to do the gift cards or whatever those are that we hand them, right? You know, for the, it's that
Little
local
gift
business.
certificates, yeah.
I'd like to see us keep doing that, but that's just.
Two $20 ones.
This is Christmas.
It's, yeah.
Think we could throw in a Fox movie theater one too?
It's gonna, yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
we're gonna, yeah.
There's no open. You better use it quick.
I'm worried about it, I just,
They've been posting
Yeah.
on Facebook and like, please come in. So you can support them, they're good people.
Yeah.
John came a great
Very good,
people,
top
so,
notch.
yep, you get a chance, go do it.
In addition to the gift
Yes.
certificates.
I would just.
I'd go to the theater, you all right with that?
so 2 tickets to the movies and a local gift card, it's gonna be like, probably 140.
Well, two tickets and a $20 bill.
220 and a,
2 tickets and a
2
$20.
tickets and a 20.
How many staff members, like?
What's it, 8, $10?
Yeah.
So we're looking at $40, what we usually do.
Yeah.
I'd be.
So-
But this is,
2 Fox tickets
Everybody.
and a gift card for 20.
that's fine as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's what I'd want to do.
I'm sorry, I know that's kind of random to talk about the Fox Theater so much tonight, but it's just like, we've been thinking about that for some reason a lot.
Well, they're one of the last family-owned
Yeah.
actual theaters that there
Yeah.
are, cinema theaters, so they're pretty cool they're around.
You make a motion?
He said we don't need them.
Oh, we don't need them.
Are we all-
Well, that's just gonna say,
Right.
2 Fox tickets and one gift
Oh,
card.
Susie, you guys good with that?
and our local businesses, I think, would probably be totally cool with that. I think we do a pretty good job supporting our local group. Okay.
Informational items, the next regular meeting.
I have a question. We talked about this at state volleyball, board members, administration. We were looking, because we're gonna get a pretty new banner here. Got to look in, like Gurley, 1977, had a runner-up girls basketball.
73.
73. I think I think it'd be cool if we could go back, and if we're gonna order a banner, look at all of Dalton and Gurley past, and if there's any state.
It's just the
State-
Gurley one.
Is it just the Gurley one?
The only one I can find.
That's the one I
Okay.
found.
As far on the NSA website.
But what we also talked about is maybe doing like a Dalton state qualifier, like we have all of our sports here for Leyton, football, whatever, that Gurley.
Cool. Because I think,
Something like that, just to, because when I go to other places that are consolidated, like Chapel, like Creek Valley, they have
Your-
the chapel, they have the lodgepole, they
Yeah,
have
Sonoma.
those things.
Perkins
Yeah.
County, what do you say, how many they
County
have?
has like
Don't we
5
have
towns.
Madrid won a state title,
Yeah.
or they got second, and Madrid was good.
I think sometimes the high school,
I'm proud of Madrid. Really?
Gurley kind of gets left out.
Yeah.
Accomplishments of
Yeah,
Gurley.
I
so
just
I
love
think
it.
we could- I would be against hanging some banners in Gurley.
Don't we have an igloo somewhere that has all the trophies from Dalton and Gurley?
Somewhere.
There's
When
some.
I was on the board
Is that
before, we
some-
talked about that and what we should do with it, and nothing ever happened.
And I
That's
think
something we
that
could
runner-up
look at.
team, I think, was coached by Mr. Hawkinson.
Was it
That
in,
was my kindergarten year.
I believe my Aunt Valerie was on that team,
Yeah.
so, and
I've been trying to find a picture, I couldn't
Was it-
find my yearbook,
Volleyball or basketball?
volleyball.
was it WNCC? Because I know they had a state basketball, girls' state basketball at WNCC at one time.
Oh, yeah.
And I know we played in that
They qualified for state and then lost their first round game.
round.
I did look all that up.
Yeah.
The NSA website has it all.
They do.
They-
Every sport, every
And
history.
you can go,
Yeah.
you can just go school by school history and it'll show you even, so like Gurley, it'll say Gurley and then down the page a little bit, it'll say Leyton.
Yep.
So it picks up both.
They got scores, because it was Dalton or Gurley lost a game, it was like 17-9 or something. This is basketball
Oh, yeah.
at state.
So it was like 1929 or 1930.
There's some cool stuff on there.
Yeah, so
That'd be cool.
whatever we do for a banner, I just want to be really careful about what the banner looks like. I mean, our banners look a little weird.
They're all just redone. What the hell?
It's just something fun outside of there.
I got something to tell you too, so it's all good.
Okay, so the next meeting is supposedly supposed to be the 9th. We won't have bills by then, will you? A lot of them.
We'll just go with it. And
Okay.
I have to do another
Can we look at the 11th?
cycle. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I work the
I-
9th, that's why I
Yeah,
was
no,
asking.
I'm good with
Well,
that.
bills
I will
in,
be
we'll
on
just
my
have to come
way.
in the next meeting,
Oh,
so-
no, I won't. Never mind. I guess it's the 11th.
You
It's
can
the
do
next Wednesday, I'll be on my way to Kentucky for the national.
Is everybody good with December 11th?
That's just great.
Just looking at
It's a
it.
Wednesday again.
Kentucky's amazing.
Yeah, there's just a junior high game in the afternoon that
Is
day.
it-
The toothbrush was invented in Kentucky.
4 o'clock.
If it was invented
It's
anywhere else, it
versus
would be
Craig
called
Valley,
a
so we should
toothbrush.
be home at 1 o'clock. So
So
we should be okay.
So the 11th, yeah, by 4 o'clock, that should be done.
Yeah. Did it work all right getting the board packets out on Monday?
Yeah, that was fine.
Okay.
So we're doing it.
December 11th, you still want to go at 4? Sam?
What? Hey, if we go at 4, I'm just gonna be like this. I can tell you that now. I won't be.
What do you mean like this?
Not
Dirty?
clean and
You're-
stinky.
You're fine.
He does kind of stuff.
Bald.
You sit by my door.
Jordan was so mad.
December 11th, 4 o'clock is the next regular meeting. We have a motion to adjourn.
AM,
No.
PM.
You killing us?
I'm awake.
Yeah, I am. Ron and I could have the
I
meeting.
should
We're
be
awake.
awake, but I'm coming at 4 AM.
I've got me up at 4, you kidding
I
me?
move we adjourn.
Second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Ernest?
Yes.
Mr. Rushman?
Yeah.
Mr. Shoemaker?
Yes.
Mr. Wiedemann?
Yes.
Mr. Benish?
Yes.
Mr. Borges?
Yes.
5:28.
I was just want somebody to say nay on that one.
No, he's.
No, I'm gonna be here longer.
Challenge accepted.
So,